Hello, welcome. Last week we did a part one where we talked about why planning ahead and preparing now, if you're thinking about buying or selling later in the year, is a good idea, and what things you should do now to prepare. Part one last week was about the home buying process. Today we're going to talk about part two, what things to do and why it's important to prepare now if you're looking to sell your home later this year. Hi, my name's Deanna Bradford. I'm a realtor with Reese Nichols Realtors, Excelsior Springs, part of the Bill Hightower team. If you didn't see part one, we'll make sure to link it right here and we'll leave it in the description below to make sure that you have easy access to that. Go back and watch it, especially if you're looking to buy a home as well this year. So if you are looking to sell your home later this year and then purchase a home, part one's going to be important for you because all that information is still going to apply to you on the purchasing side of your transaction. But today we're going to talk about the selling side and what you can do now to prepare for when you are ready to list later in the year. In part one, part of the process that I talked about is looking for a trusted realtor. That's going to apply here too. One of the first things you're going to want to do is to interview realtors and find somebody that you work well with. You can go back to that video and see all that I had to say about that, about interviewing and things to look for when you're considering who you want to work with. Once you have determined who that trusted professional is going to be, schedule a time to have them come out and give you a home valuation. They can come out and take a look at your home and tell you what it is worth. They can tell you an idea of what they think it should sell for. I understand the market can change between now and the end of the year, but in all likelihood, it's not going to shift much, and it gives you a base point idea of what you can expect. And majority of the time, if it changes, it's likely going to go up, not down. Having that home valuation done now is just good information for you to have. You're going to be able to see where your payoff on your mortgage is and how that lines up with what your home is worth. That realtor can also give you the cost to sell, so they can give you an idea of what to expect to pay when you do list your home, as far as commission and closing costs. They can let you know what other things could come up in negotiations with the buyer, so that you kind of have an idea of what to expect. When your realtor's there giving you that home valuation, they can give you some advice as well as far as what to do with the home to get it ready to sell. Do you need to minimize the things in your home, whether that's decluttering or just maybe minimizing the amount of furniture in your home to help a room look bigger? They might suggest painting walls. Sometimes even the color on the walls can make a room look bigger, feel cleaner. It just gives it a fresh new feel. They can give you advice on things to do, ways to stage your furniture. So there's a lot of tips and tricks that they can give you that you can start working on now to be prepared when you are ready to sell later. Another thing that they can do is to give you ideas if you're thinking of doing upgrades, because a lot of times when we talk with clients that are going to list their home, they want to know, if I do an upgrade to my home, what places am I going to get the most value? Right? So have that realtor come out and give you an idea of what to focus on. If you're considering doing upgrades, where should you put that money? That's going to best benefit you. Another thing that you can do now is to have a home inspector come out and do a pre-inspection of your property. They can go ahead and do the inspection that they would do for the buyer, but instead of it being at the time that you're under contract and revealing some issues that might cause the contract to fall through, you can be informed of that now and have time to deal with those things. So there could be maintenance issues that you just need to take care of, and that inspection report will reveal those. There could be repairs that you weren't aware of that needed to be made. And if you get a home inspection and there's really nothing wrong with your home and it's actually a really good report, that's good information for you to have. You can share with a buyer when you are ready to list. They can look at that report and have more confidence that your home is a solid and good home for them to buy, making it more likely that you'll receive not only offers, but good offers on your home. Whether or not you have a home inspection, some of those maintenance items that we were talking about are good to do now. Having your furnace and AC serviced, if you have a fireplace, getting it cleaned out and inspected is a good idea. It might be good to have your sewer line cleaned Or if you have a septic, have it looked at by a professional. There's all of these different big things, mechanical things that are in your home that we don't think about. We use them on a regular basis, but how often do we check them or do the maintenance on them that need to be done? So having that looked at and taking care of those things between now and then is a really good idea. Also consider the outside of your home and the curb appeal. What kind of things can you do outside to get your home ready when the time comes? Planting some new plants in your flower beds and just whatever kinds of things you can do on the outside. Can you paint your door a bright color that just stands out? Trimming trees and shrubs, things like that that are gonna bring a lot of attention to the front of your house and make people drawn to want to come inside is another great thing that you can do now to prepare for the time when you list. A lot of times when people contact me to list their home and they say they're ready, and then we get to the point of listing the property and putting on the market, the first thing they say is, oh, well, we're not going to have showings right away, are we? I still need to clean and do all these things. This is why preparing now is so important, because you have the time and you're not rushed and you can do a good job with all these things. And it will pay off in the long run when the time comes to list that property and put it on the market. I hope this information was helpful. I have a video in my YouTube channel called The Home Selling Process. If you're interested in learning more about what the process looks like, go check that video out. If this information's been helpful, please like this video, and I hope that you have subscribed. If not, make sure you subscribe now so that you don't miss future videos that we put out every week. I'm looking forward to the new year, and thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you have a blessed day.